We're live and you're moving the stage.
All right.
Hey, y'all. Wait, I don't know if this is working because Lou just moved it. Uh-oh. Let's see. There you are. What's up, guys? Welcome to... No one's in the show. Well, no, Chef was there. Chef. Hey, 305 Sports Babe. Lou, everyone, how y'all doing tonight? Check your pulse. Fins up. Check your pulse. Luke, stop moving the stage. You hear that? Okay, good. All right, welcome to another episode of Bad Calls, Balls, and Brawls. Your host, 305 Sports Babe, co-host Miami Lou, a.k.a. The Grinch, and we are sure feeling grinchy because the Dolphins haven't won a game in December.
The Grinch.
So, not good. Bad start December. We go perfect in November. Terrible start to December. And, yeah, I don't know what to say.
Well, you can start off by saying Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, festive Kwanzaa. You know, anything anybody celebrates out there. Hope you guys enjoy, and that's what we're all about right now.
Our buddy Mark,
we'll get to Mark in a second. We're gonna get
Bills
to Mark.
fan. He thought, oh, well, he's already here for us. Good evening, Ash and Lou. Good evening. So, Mark, I gotta tell you, when Lou came to the door, Lou gets home at 7:00. First thing he asked was, "Is Mark gonna be on the show tonight?" I was like, "Yeah." So I think Lou has something special for Mark.
We do.
Graham,
Stick
good
around.
evening in the UK, and of course, Chef Jew. Always lovely to see you. So it's been rough. First, I want to.
It was an awful, it was a good game, but it was a bad result, not the result we wanted. But again, we're in a festive holiday season right now, so we've moved on and we're getting ready for that big game on Sunday, on Christmas Day against the Packers.
No, definitely. It's a huge, huge game. I feel like we haven't played in so long. We had that Saturday night game. It's been a long time since then. And I'm ready for Dolphin football. Granted, the Christmas game has a lot of people with mixed feelings. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Some people can't make it because it's Christmas Day. Yeah. But what are we going to do? But all I know is we better come out victorious.
I mean, it happens once every 7 years, right? Where it actually falls on Christmas. The NFL, because of that, moved all their games to Saturday except 3 games.
Yeah.
And we're one of those games. So, as season ticket holders, obviously the Packers coming down. A lot of Packer fans want to escape the cold and come down here, and that's a good opportunity to maybe get some of your money back for the season. But no, we want to be there. We want to continue this playoff push, and it's exciting. A Christmas Day game. I mean, when's the next time that's going to happen, right?
7 years.
Yeah, but is there a guarantee that we're going to be playing?
No.
So there's,
interesting thing about the game. Well, let's see. What did you say? You said, "Oh, I don't know what that is." Someone's. We don't need to worry about you. You're done. I like the winter hat that you're wearing, Lou. They need to go back to the old logo permanently.
Yes, absolutely. And this is a Elmer Fudd Dolphins hat. I was trying to hunt bills instead of hunting wabbits. I was trying to hunt bills on Saturday, but it didn't work. So now I'm hunting Packers.
I'll take it. So, interesting fact about the weather. So Graham, I saw today that we may not be in all white throwbacks on Sunday as it was initially reported.
Really?
I do not know the most updated with the jersey situation going on this week.
Did not. I've heard that was the big thing. We're all wearing white for that game. It's going to be a Christmas white hat.
So I have a weather report for Sunday in Miami. You guys maybe have not heard about this yet. The weather in Miami on Sunday is going to be 40 degrees, and it's going to be raining. Yes, wow. I don't know how to translate that to Fahrenheit Celsius, but I can tell you 40 degrees, our temperature, so it's going to be really, really cold. They said it's probably up to 50 by the time it's kickoff, but it's going to be 40 degrees in the morning with rain.
Wow.
It's gonna be different.
I may be wearing the sweater again on Sunday. Who knows?
I know.
As I look to play the Grinch.
I can finally wear like my boots and be appropriate. All right, guys. So I have a funny story to tell you. I don't know if you guys, Graham, you probably don't watch this, but there's a show in America called Good Morning America, and it's like a news report show, and it's ran by 2 ladies. Did you hear about this?
No, I don't.
Huda and Jenna. They're 2 middle-aged ladies. They do a fantastic job.
I know who they are.
Yeah.
I don't watch the show.
Jenna's daughter was on the show yesterday or this morning, and her daughter's 9 years old, and they don't script. Just like us, like we don't have a script. We pretty much say whatever's on our mind, and we just go with it. So Jenna's daughter came on the show, and Huda was like, tell me something funny about your mom. And Jenna and her daughter goes, "Oh, when my mommy laughs, she pees her pants." And so the new show. So
TMI.
no. It gets worse. She was like, and that one time mommy was wearing pajamas and she had to change her pajamas because she peed her pants. So then Huda was like, she's getting to it. She's like, Huda, she's like, tell me another thing about your mommy. Hoda.
Yeah,
So she was like, they're like, tell us another thing about your mommy. And literally on the air, she was like, my mommy doesn't wear underwear. In fact, she's not wearing underwear right now. I saw her in the dressing room.
Wow.
So point of the story is I want to share something embarrassing about you.
Sure, go ahead. I got no shame in my game.
So fun fact, you guys want to hear something funny about Lou? Let me think. Fun fact about Lou.
There's so many.
You don't pee yourself. You've only done it like 3 times since we've been together.
Right.
Lou is severely OCD. And the fact that we can be going somewhere, I can lock every door, I can have everything packed for anything, and he insists on touching everything at least 10 times.
Yeah, I mean, I got to check to make sure that everything is closed properly. So, yeah.
So that is something that drives me crazy, but he's very OCD where I can be like, I have everything's packed, but he has to go back and even we can be like ready to turn on the car and he has to come back in and he's like, oh, and he'll lie about it. I'll be like, oh, I have to take out the dog. We don't even have a dog. And just to make sure. So that's a fun fact about you.
Well, also when we check out a hotel,
you're the worst.
I look under the bed. I look, I'm worried that I left something behind. So I take my time checking out of the hotel.
So this little girl told everybody on national TV that her mom does not wear underwear and that she peed.
Wow.
Do you have anything embarrassing to share about me?
No, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be, instead of being naughty, I'm going to be nice.
So, I'm sure they want to hear a fun fact about me.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to.
You embarrass me.
No, it's all right. I'll
my hair extensions are on the ground. I go to the bathroom with the door open. Give them something good.
I'll pick another moment to embarrass you. Not tonight.
Okay.
It's the holidays. I want to bring cheer to the people. Not what? She does what?
No. All right. So we have 50 degrees, about 10 degrees Celsius. Oh, that sounds even worse, Graham. Let's keep it to like 50. Russ. So Russ cannot stay tonight. He's picking up his niece. He let him,
Yes.
So hello. Graham says, I'm about the same when I leave for work in the morning. I'll check everything locked up. And just as I'm about to leave, I have to check everything again.
Yeah.
No, it drives me crazy.
It might be a guy thing. I don't know. Maybe just we got to make sure everything's secured and good to go before we head out.
So happy Eagles versus Dallas week. Yes. I don't think Jalen's starting now.
Jalen Hurts is
not playing.
Well, no, they initially said that, but now they're taking it back. So if he doesn't start, Minshew Mania comes out there and he goes. So everybody loves him. So that might be fun to see too.
So Russ brought up something that I think we should get into it. Let's just talk about the Buffalo Dolphins game real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
We went into the game. We all pretty much predicted that Dolphins were not going to win, right? Like I said 10-20 Buffalo. You said your prediction. I know.
I said 24-7.
24-7. Everyone else said pretty much. I don't think anybody said the Dolphins were going to win that last week, right?
No.
We were pretty much all in agreement that the Dolphins were not going to win.
Right.
So first, we had a great watch party. Thank you for everybody who showed out to Legends Tavern and Grill and Plantation. We had about 20, 30 people show up. We raised money for Dolphins Cancer Challenge. We collected toys for Nicholas Children's Hospital, and then we watched the game.
Yes, Manny joined us, who was on the show last week as well. He was great. Everybody who came brought a toy, which was fantastic. I know you donated those toys officially.
I did. I went to Nicholas Children's Hospital today in Coral Gables, Florida, and they accepted all the toys. Not that they weren't going to.
It was over 50 toys. Some people brought multiple toys.
Yes, so it was such a wonderful thing.
We had also set some toys aside as well. So just a great thing you did in getting those toys out to those kids.
Thank you. And the reason why I chose Nicholas Children's Hospital is because what they do is, yes, they are going to give toys to the children in the hospital who are inpatients during Christmas, but they also keep toys throughout the year for kids who are going through long-term treatments who can use a toy to make them happy. So,
which is, look, to your point, and I'm sure we can all relate. We were once kids, and there's no joy better than whether it's your birthday or specifically Christmas morning to receive a toy. The eye-opening effect that it does for a child, and wow, look at this, and unwrapping the gift. There's so much that goes behind it.
Definitely.
So whenever those kids get something like that, it goes a long way.
So definitely appreciate everyone who's donated. It was great. And it was just wonderful. I got so much joy dropping the toys off today at the hospital. So thank you to everyone. But we go into this game in Buffalo. It is not snowing at kickoff, right? Like, we know it's cold. They already had snow, but it was not snowing. So that was a good sign.
Yeah, we were actually, I want to cut you off because we were actually more concerned about the weather in Miami.
Yes.
Because the Legends Tavern,
oh my gosh.
The Legends Tavern and Grill up in Plantation. I know Russ doesn't want to hear that name of the city, but up in Plantation, we'll call it Sunrise just to be safe. They were great, phenomenal. But one of the staff members, one of the lead guys assigned to us, comes up to us and says, "Hey, keep your fingers crossed." And I go, "What's up, dude?" We're here, not in Buffalo. It's not snowing. The weather is great here. He's like, "Yeah, but there's some thunderstorms on the way, and we got a dish.
Yeah, so they're on satellite.
We may lose service." And I'm like, "What?" I mean, you just had a bunch of people come out and spend their Saturday night with us.
We had a really good
gracious enough to bring toys, and now we may lose service. So
yeah, that was gonna be a bad look on my part. I would have had to rub sticks or whatever I had to do.
I was prepared to go up on the roof and like hold cables together. And
yeah.
If I get electrocuted like Clark Griswold, well, hey, so be it. But,
so Graham said, although we lost, I actually felt the best I could about our Finns. We showed we can play in the cold and have matched Buffalo in both games this year. That's a solid point.
1,000%. Normally, I would say.
No, the loss is a loss.
No, yeah, that too. But you always ask, would you prefer a blowout or a close game? And I say blowout just because I don't want to be.
I'm the opposite. I want a close game.
And to your point, it's good to know that we went up there in the snow and those elements.
Tua played okay.
And we should have won that game. I'm going to say it. We should have won that game.
Mostert had a great game. He goes. Right. I gave him the Golden Star Miss Finn show this week.
And I'm going to get to that. We should have won that game.
Yeah.
And you got to feel good about itself. Now I will say this. Unfortunately, the division falls by the wayside. I know Mark's probably still in the room. I hope he is, because I got something for you, Mark. But we concede the division. We go ahead and wave the white flag. We're not winning the division.
Yeah.
And as a season ticket holder, you want nothing more than to host a game. Yeah. We're not going to get to do that, but we got a very tough game this week and also next week in New England, again in the snow, and likely.
No, you don't know snow. Let me tell you,
it's going to be very cold.
Let me tell you about the Northeast, and I know all our friends. Adam talking about Christmas. Every child deserves to have a Merry Christmas. They're the true magic of Christmas. Yes,
absolutely.
But let's tell Lou, for those who live up in the Northeast, just because it's winter doesn't mean it's going to snow. It could very well be 60 degrees in New England next week.
I think if you go, down the path of history, you're going to see that on New Year's Day in New England,
trajectory, it's cold.
It's going to be cold. Whether it's snowing or not, it's going to be damn cold.
So,
And so my point is this. Tua is going to have to win that cold game, and then he's going to have to go on the road and do it again, because whether it's Tennessee or Cincinnati or Buffalo again or Kansas City, he's going to be in the cold again 2 weeks after that. So, he's going to have to get used to it and prove he can do it.
You guys never see me in hats. Never dolphin hats. So I'm struggling with my Santa hat today. I apologize. Mark is waiting on the edge of his keyboard. So let's talk about that game, right? I mean, we lost. I don't want to get too much into details. Mostert had a great game.
I want to get into details.
Jalen Phillips had a great sack. And then what happened? Snowballs.
Well,
pow, 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 pow. I felt like I was Buddy the Elf.
And that happened in the first drive. But I want to just recap here really quick. The Bills had a 14-13 lead right before the half, and they score a touchdown on the very last possession of the first half. That's unacceptable. If you hold them to 3 there, that changes the outcome of that game. Yeah. They scored a touchdown to go up 21-13. In the third quarter, we dominated the third quarter. 13 points. The Bills scored nothing. However, one of those should have been 14, because Mike McDaniel, aggressive as he's been all year, went for 2.
Yeah.
Now, by doing so, instead of having a 9-point lead against the Bills late in the fourth, we had an 8-point lead, which allowed the Bills to tie that game. All right. And then to your point, you just brought it up. Jalen Phillips, when he had that amazing strip sack on Josh Allen, the Dolphins had to come away with 7. If you go up 2 possession touchdowns, all right, and you make that a 12-point game, not an achievable game where Josh Allen could come back and, tie the game, it's totally different. So the fact that we went up 29-21 and not 33-21 changed everything.
And what's interesting about Jalen Phillips was he actually went into the last game saying, I am so excited to be playing in snow. I've never played in snow. And I remember looking at that and be like, Jalen, it is not a good thing that we're playing in snow. Chill out. So that was kind of like,
I got a picture of him pregame. Let's see if I can pull it up really quick. I took a picture of it when I saw it.
So Graham did mention it could be Jacksonville too. We're kind of hoping Jacksonville. We're being a little greedy with that.
Absolutely. Great point, Graham.
If Dougie and the Sunshine went out.
Oh, that's Adam saying that?
Well, no. So Graham said it, and then Adam jumped in.
Oh my gosh! So that's best case scenario.
We would love that. First of all, we'd have hotel accommodations. My parents live up there.
Yeah, I mean, but if everything falls, look, Miami is Florida's team. Let's be real. I know the Bucs won a Super Bowl 2 years ago, whatever. Miami is Florida's team. Yeah. So if we're going up to Jacksonville for a playoff game,
I'm comfortable.
We're going to have 60% of that stadium Dolphin fans.
Oh, at least.
So. And going up against Trevor Lawrence, who's still
careful what you wish for.
Well, hey, I'll take it. Bring it on. I'd love that. I would absolutely love that.
No, it'll be good. I mean, obviously, it's an easy drive for us people in Miami.
So I got to show this. Here's a picture of our guy, Jalen Phillips, warming up pregame. This is in the snow-like conditions. My man is out there completely shirtless. You can see that. Love that guy.
Is he shirtless?
Yeah,
he is shirtless. Yeah, I could say good.
Do you want some alone time? You want to take this to the bathroom? And
I'm not a guy. I don't. If I need it, I'll get the real.
I mean, I might. Excuse me. I gotta. He's hot. I mean, Jalen Phillips is a.
You just said that about Mbappe 10 minutes ago. First and goal, yard run. Second and goal, incomplete pass. Third and goal, incomplete pass. Why did they pass?
So that is what we're going to get into.
That is the $1 million question.
Raheem Mostert had it going on. 17 carries, 136
He's
yards.
Good. I like him.
He was running the ball, and they couldn't stop him. And look, the Bills have had a problem stopping the run all year. Mike McDaniel, again, being aggressive and doing these plays. He was running plays to the strong side of the field. He should have kept feeding Mostert. He was hot. They couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
I mean, if you extend a couple of those drives and come away with 7 and not, 3 points, they win that game. But you mentioned snowballs. And you mentioned Mark in the room. So
Mark, watch out.
I got a buddy of mine who lives up north, and he FedExed me this box. I don't know what's in it. It's an igloo cooler.
That was my lunchbox at one point.
I'm going to go ahead and see what's inside here. Is Mark still in the room?
Mark is. He said, I can't believe Mostert only had 17 carries.
Help me open this thing. I don't know how to open this thing. I can't.
Right here.
It says, from Buffalo with love. Let's see what's going on in here.
There you go.
Don't use your bare hands on this. But Mark, where are you, man? Where are you, Mark? Here you go. This is what you guys were doing. This is what your mafia was doing. Come on, Mark. I got some more in here for you.
My $2,000 laptop's taking the brunt because of Mark and his fans.
Damn it, Mark.
Ah!
Control your guys out there. That's ridiculous.
Snowballs.
Totally ridiculous.
Snowballs. But I did see something you put on Facebook, and you got attacked pretty well. Because, I know. You got to be careful.
Here's the thing. People were attacking me because
Graham's crying.
They're
Graham,
saying,
I'm going to snowball for you, but catch this one. To the UK. To Adam.
there you go. You got to aim it right for the monitors. There you go.
No, I want them to catch it. I don't want to hit them. But this one's going to hit Mark slightly on his tiny. Bam.
Look, a lot of people were saying that this was dangerous. And
how many Dolphin fans would take the lunch back? Just this one. I opened up in 2 seconds. Another one to Mark.
You missed that one.
Buffalo. Okay, we're done.
All right, stop with that.
All right.
Insanity. Put on your glove next time, your Dolphin glove next time you do that.
I am getting, Kirk's house.
This is not an O.J. Simpson Buffalo Bills glove, by the way, that he left in the anyways.
I am tired of them getting too cute on the 3rd and short yardage. When the run game is working, they need to stick with it.
Absolutely. And boy, was it ever working. Why did they divert from it? They messed up doing that, So
whose fault is it? It's Coach McDaniel. Play call.
No, I mean, look, we had an opportunity at the end. He just should have been a little bit more, willing to stick to the run. He should have done that. So
it's unfortunate.
But what you were mentioning about the snowballs, the ice balls, I don't care about them hurting the players. I know. I've been in the snow not a lot of times, but I have. I know snowballs, ice balls, the difference. I know they hurt. But when you're a man and you're wearing padding and a helmet, I'm not worried about you being hurt. My issue was when you're throwing those snowballs or ice balls from the end zone and we're running routes. That's a hell of a distraction. I mean, you're trying to run one way and things are flying across. You're in the crossfires there, and then. For 2-2, when you finally get to your spot as a receiver and you go down to catch the ball's coming at you, and you got projectiles flying, side to side, that's messed up. I mean, it is what it is. And you know what's crazy about it is they did not do anything until the Bills fans were celebrating a Bills touchdown. So they allowed it to take place while we were on the field, but they didn't do anything until the Bills scored a touchdown and said, hey, this is an excessive amount of ice balls being thrown.
Key moment, second half, Bills roughing the punter, boneheaded moment.
Absolutely.
Russ said if that snowball issue happened in Philadelphia, it would have been a national news and the animal Philadelphia fans.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
In Philly, they hit Santa with snowballs. We do remember.
They did, and batteries.
So, yeah, guys, it was just not the outcome. At the party that I hosted when the Dolphins lost, when you leave, right? You hug everybody, give them a kiss on the cheek, say we'll see you. It's like you're mourning, right? It's like you're leaving a funeral. I know that's excessive, but it's like you're sad. And it's just depression field. So
look, most people were cool about it. Most people were all right. I was tough. It was tough for me. I took it very hard. I'm still taking it hard. It was tough for me to to get by it because again, it's the end of a dream, and the dream is again when you're a season ticket holder, you want to host a playoff game. And the only way you can host a playoff game, unless something crazy happens at the end where all the upsets, take place, you got to win your division. And we're not going to win the division. And the road now goes through Buffalo and Kansas City.
The Santa and the Batteries is a touchy subject.
Yes, it is.
So no, it wasn't great, guys. But in general, we've had a really good week. I took Lou's virginity. No, let me repeat that. I did not. I took your St. John's virginity.
Yes.
As you guys may not know, I graduated St. John's in 2013 with a bachelor's of science in sport management. Very proud, Johnny. Actually, watching them now getting crushed by Villanova.
Are they getting crushed?
That's pretty bad right now. So St. John's actually played down here in.
I wonder if Russ is a Villanova fan. He is.
We will not be friends if he is anymore. No, he's St. John's. I can convince him. So St. John's played down here last Saturday in the Orange Bowl Classic against Florida State. Florida State had the ugliest uniforms known to man.
So I did find out, and Mark's in the room still, I did find out apparently teal is a Native American color, and it's some kind of a Native American month in November, December. So they were wearing that as like a tribute to the Native American.
Nope, I heard that. Louis, did she say she delivered you? You flowered.
You flowered me, yes. Yeah.
UConn is undefeated, number 2 in the country. Just saying, UConn's having a great year.
UConn is doing great, and they are a fellow Big East, rival of yours. So yeah.
Yeah, we're losing right now. 1:38 left. We're losing by 13. It's pretty much over, unfortunately.
No, Mark, I disagree. I don't think so. I don't think we're throwing snowballs. Nope.
I mean, on the contrary, we did have a lot of Dolphins fans there who may never have touched it in their life, so they were probably touching the balls.
Maybe
the snowballs.
Yes.
But yeah, so no, Lou came to the game with me. I'm a huge St. John's fan. Of course, I love the U down here, but St. John's really has my heart. If they had a football team, St. John's would be my football team as well. But huge basketball fan. And we played Florida State in the Orange Bowl Classic. The game before us was UCF and Missouri, another great matchup. Prior to the game, there was an alumni reception. So Lou got to meet a lot of people, young and old, even much an older crowd who graduated St. John's. St. John's ended up winning that game. It was a fantastic game. And after they had a reception at Bahama Breeze, which I had a really good time because you want to tell them what happened?
Yeah. So if you guys remember in the, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s, maybe even mid 90s, but there was a show on ESPN called Stump the Schwab. And Howie Schwab he was the main guy on that show. He is a St. John's alumnus, and he hosted an after party, post-game party.
Yeah.
And he asked for 3 people to join him on his table to do a contest, and a trivia contest, because that's how the game used to go that he used to run. You were one of them selected.
They chose me against 2 middle-aged, older-aged men, and I was so nervous. I was like, "Lou, do it for me." And I'm pretty well known in the St. John's alumni community, and the guy was like, "No, we need a girl," and I was like, "Oh man." So I'll be very honest. I don't know St. John's basketball history too well, right? Like I don't.
Well, they haven't been good in a long time.
Exactly.
Let's be real.
But then they were like, okay, well, it's going to be general trivia about sports. And I was like, all right, sign me up. So basically, first round, this one guy gets knocked out early. They asked, like, who hit the most home runs this year.
Right.
I got Aaron Judge.
No, he asked how many homers, how many major leaguers hit over 30 homers.
So I was the first one. I said Aaron Judge. Duh. Like, oh, congratulations to him being named Yankee captain. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, that's been the case.
Well, no, it was officially named.
Yeah, but.
Okay, but whatever. Anyways. So it was one answer. Then, so then the next question, basically, they asked teams in the Big East. I won that question. And then they asked NFL coaches. And the first one they asked me, who is the
Steelers?
No. First question was
Kansas City.
No, you're wrong. The first question he asked me was Washington's football team.
You didn't know that.
I did. I said Ron. And I was stuck on Ron for like a good minute. And I'm like, Ron.
Ron Burgundy?
No, I couldn't think of his last name. So then I was like, Ron Rivera. And I said, yes. So then my next question was like, who's the Steelers coach? I have a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin. That's easy for me. And then the last question for me to win the trivia was, who is the current?
Adam's going to love this.
I know. Adam's going to like that. Who's the current Kansas City Chief? And I thought maybe like they throw like Patriots question. I was ready. Bill Belichick. I was ready for freaking Mike McDaniel. They looked at me and they said, who is the current Kansas City Chiefs coach? I went like this. I stood up and I said, Andy Reid. Thanks to Andy Reid. I won trivia. I never thought I'd ever win anything saying that man's name. So thank you, Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you, Chiefs Nation. Andy Reid, It's because of you that I won some really cool prizes that I want to show you.
Well, Adam would have preferred you said Andy Reid, aka Colossal Slob. And what is it, Adam, that he orders when he's at the IHOP or what's the other place? Not IHOP.
Denny's.
No, not Denny's. The other place.
Waffle House?
The Waffle House. What does he order? He orders everything on the left menu, double covered and smothered. Did I get that right, Adam?
So I won a St. John's hat. And then I won, and I love baking. Something you guys probably do not. You could have shared that with me. I love baking. So I told Lou the past few months, like, get me an apron. Like, I want to cook. Like, I have this thing where I want to be in like less, maybe just a bra and nothing else with like an apron. And he wouldn't take the bait. So God has worked some mysterious ways. Guess who has a Johnny's apron?
That's right.
I'm going to be baking cookies and brownies in my Johnny's.
I will be using that as a lobster bib, but whatever. Here.
And I won like 5 St. John's basketball shirts. We had a really, really great time.
There, Adam just said it. Put it up there.
I hope the questions were about 1972. No, if that was the case, they were just general sports questions.
Yeah, just
no, we need a girl. And guess what? The girl won. Worst kept secret in MLB.
I almost put on a wig.
The St. John's and Seton Hall games back then were awesome.
Yeah.
Sheldon in the house, my BFF. Hey,
What's
boo.
up,
the Colossal Slob.
That is Andy Reid. And there you go. Waffle House, double covered and smothered. Everything on the left side of the menu. That's Andy Reid for you.
So we did that. We had a really, really great time. And then St. John's won. Dolphins broke our heart. Then the next morning we wake up and it is the World Cup. And you guys have known for the past month and a half.
I'm sorry. Before you get into the World Cup, a couple of guys mentioned, the old Big East. And, I love college basketball. College basketball, Adam, I know, can attest to it. March Madness, there's nothing like it. And the old school Big East, you're talking about Syracuse and Connecticut and Georgetown, Villanova, St. John's back in the day. Those were just some
classics.
Battles. Total battles.
Talking about a battle, we actually went to the UM versus UVA game last night. Number 22, UM versus number 6 UVA.
Yep.
And
came down to the last shot. So.
And UM won. It was a great game. Really happy to be there. Good time. And both teams, very talented 2 squads.
Yeah. All right, get to the World Cup. Then we want to talk about that.
Next day, World Cup. I remember the Big East in the 80s. Yes.
Yeah.
So the next day was the World Cup. We wake up. We were exhausted. We didn't get home till about 1 o'clock. So I kind of don't want, and that's one thing about Lou and I. Lou is a sleeper. I'm the first one wanting to get up. I just didn't want to get out of bed that day. I was just ugh. So we get up. Lou has the World Cup on, and Argentina versus France. You guys know from the beginning, I wanted France to win. As soon as I put my eyes on Mbappe, I was like, this is my guy for many reasons, mostly for his athletic ability, some for his looks, but it's a good split. So you got on the train too. Obviously, for your own reasons, you wanted France to win. So that game was just wild.
Look, the honesty of it is that, and I'm sorry for my friends out there that are of each of these countries, but I'm sorry. France and Argentina are 2 of the most pompous as a whole. I don't like to stereotype people, but the reality is they're a little arrogant, both those countries, and a little self-serving. So, yeah, I wasn't feeling that matchup too much.
It was a great game. There was at one point of the game, I won't get too many details. I was wearing a white top, something very similar to this, very, very loose, with a blue skirt and red. I don't know. I was wearing a red skirt, a white tube top, and a blue little headband. And there's some point happened where Mbappe scored back-to-back goal. Oh no, he had the regular goal, and then he had the penalty kick. Right. I took off my shirt. I was going around the house.
She thought she was Brandy Chastain from the Women's World Cup team.
I was I don't know. Granted, it was Lou and I in the comfort of our home, but literally,
I'm still not understanding.
And he still wasn't looking at me. He was still staring at Mbappe.
Not at all. But I still don't understand what the whole deal is. He's, I guess, good looking. That doesn't really do it for me. But anyways, here's the thing: you're Italian. I don't know why you're on this, France for the World Cup train. But whatever. Go ahead.
Because of Mbappe. Those are 3 reasons, right?
Anyways,
3 reasons why.
All right, you get to the game. Get to the game. Get to the game.
I like Mbappe. I like baguettes, and my favorite country in Epcot is France because I love ratatouille and I love the Beauty and Beast sing along.
Okay.
So those 3 reasons.
Anyways, look,
all right. The game was good.
It was a fantastic.
Pretty much cut it to NFL Sunday, which was a major problem.
Well, it almost did, and it shows you the power of the NFL because look, I know that the game was televised all around the world.
Yes.
It's the most watched game, even bigger than the Super Bowl. It blows the Super Bowl out of the water, but it just shows you the power of the NFL, how they rushed to get out of there. They didn't go to post-game interviews.
World Cup was lucky that
They
it ended
didn't-
before kickoff. I mean, we're talking minutes.
They didn't get post-game interviews. They didn't talk to. They said, "All right." I don't think they even showed the trophy.
Kirk wants to know if you're wearing that hat Sunday.
I can.
Kirk, are you
I
coming
might.
down for the game?
If you're going to be there, Kirk, I'm going to wear it. How about that?
Isn't Sheldon coming down for the game too?
Then I'm going to let Sheldon make the decision as to what I wear.
America almost rioted at 1 o'clock. Yeah, that was bad.
Absolutely. They go straight through it. But look, it was a great game.
No, it was a good
So
time.
Argentina took a 2-0 lead, and then France
So they
tied
don't
it.
care about soccer.
No. In the last 10 minutes of the game, France tied it up. And then it went
Kirk's
into...
coming down. So yes, and I have to wear it for Kirk.
Excellent. Okay, I will wear it.
I'm
It
embarrassed now.
goes to both extra times, and then it goes to PKs. I do want to say this because I posted something about this too.
If by some chance things went past 1 p.m., they were getting dumped to the Ocho.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Elmer Fudge.
Elmer
Fudge.
Fudge.
Is it
Elmer
Wabbit
Fudge.
season or duck season?
It's
Winter gear.
It's Packwas season. Packwas. I'm getting Packwas.
It was just the Fox audience. CBS didn't have to worry about anything.
Right.
And Sheldon's come to the Jets game. I thought I was going to see you, but we will see Kirk.
The following in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
There you
But
call
so-
it soccer, not football.
Look, I want to say this. It was a great game. I am not a soccer fan. I'm not going to tell you what offsides is, what all these rules are, why you throw a yellow card, why you throw a red. I couldn't tell you all that stuff. All right. The game is pretty much self-explanatory. It's like hockey. The puck or the ball goes out there. Guys are chasing it around. It was a great game, a fantastic game. I find it and Graham, if you're still in the room, maybe you can weigh in. I find it very hard to believe that a game that classic, that epic,
Here he goes.
with everything that went into it, is decided by penalty kicks.
Do you want them to play forever, Lou?
Take a break, take an extended halftime, get back out there, keep
No,
playing.
see.
Or this is the other idea I had. The corner kicks are such a prevalent part of the game. Let both, just like they do in college football, where they allow the teams to start from the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Let them do corner kicks. They each get 5.
Yeah.
It is an atrocity. Look at me. I'm telling you this right now. For all you soccer fans out there, it is an atrocity that game ended on penalty kicks. Penalty kicks, you know what my interpretation of penalty kicks is? It is a glorified guessing contest, all right? Both goalies made great saves in the
Drink
game.
your wine. You're getting nasty.
Both goalies made great saves in the game. Argentina's goalie made a lot better saves. But at the end of the game, you are relegated to sitting there and guessing to where this guy's going to kick the ball, and you're jumping this way or jumping that way, and the ball's going the complete opposite way. I don't want to see a guessing contest to decide a game that's being watched by everybody in the freaking world. Okay? Get it right, FIFA, or I'm going to protest 2026. How about that? I may just not watch any games 2026.
Oh, we would all be devastated
well,
to hear your non-soccer updates.
Listen, my viewership matters, damn it.
The language, you're going to be banned.
Damn it is not a bad word.
Do not
Fuck
curse.
is a bad word.
Lou, don't curse on my
FIFA,
show.
Get your shit together.
Lou, stop with the cursing. It's Christmas week.
Sorry.
Stop it. Santa will not come to our house if you keep
I'm already
cursing.
getting a lump of coal for Christmas. I know it.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, but real quick with the Dolphins before we go back in history, because I'm going to need you guys. And Russ, for sure needs you. I for sure need you. Dolphins play Green Bay this week. Aaron Rodgers, do not sleep on him. They're not a terrible team. If we go into this game with our head big, we're going to have a problem. I said that about the Texans game. Texans proved, whatever. But, Sheldon's laughing at you. But no, obviously, we need a win on Christmas. We cannot go on like this. And we got to figure it out because guess what? The AFC East is really tight. And the wild card, it's cray-cray. So.
All right, let's hit it. Come on. Take me back. All right, I'm getting a little bored of that.
I am too. It didn't bring you as much joy as it used to.
I'm maybe I'm getting a little salty, but for 2023, I think we need bigger
Typical me
graphics.
getting bored.
I need fireworks. I need something going on. I need somebody to captivate the audience a little more. So work on it. You get to work on
you
it.
have Tourette's.
I do. All right.
Packers are subpar Aaron Rodgers. Yes, we need. I'm gonna put my apron on. Can you do that? Can I put my apron on?
What?
I want my apron on.
No, don't put your
I
apron
wanna
on.
put-
All right, let's go. Here we go. I'm going to start off
I
our.
don't want to get naked on the show. This is
All
how I
right.
was when France scored. I was like, woo!
All right, I am going to start off with our. I'm going to start off this week with our celebrity because I want to get to something more important, and you guys will know what I'm talking about after this.
Ooh,
So
I look like Miss Claus here.
today's celebrity birthday in '72 is a lead singer of a very famous band that was popular in the '90s and early 2000s. Can you guess what band I'm talking about?
Lead singer, popular band in the 90s and
early 2000s.
Backstreet Boys.
No.
NSYNC.
It's like a rock band, kind of.
Aerosmith.
All right, hint. And I know that my hints sometimes frustrate you, but this one I think is as easy as it gets. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I think you're going to get this one, all right? So, the name of this band sounds exactly like our
Pearl Jam.
Like, can I finish?
Okay.
The name of this band sounds exactly like the Dolphins' opponent this Sunday.
Packers Hackers.
Not their fighting name.
Oh, you're talking.
Wow, I thought that's a layup. I mean, people in the room are going to know this so easily.
No one said anything yet.
Really?
Mark just said it for the. It's not Pearl Jam.
It sounds exactly like this Sunday's opponent. Guys.
Green Day.
Green Day. Thank you.
I know it is, but I don't know them like that.
So I'm talking about
Green Day. Graham. Got it. Here they go. Russ.
Come on. Exactly like it.
Everybody. Okay, guys, I figured it out. I'm glad there's a little delay.
Don't ever say, oh, yeah, your hits are off. I mean, come on. That was a layup.
Okay, I'm more like a Backstreet Boy and Sing Girl. All right.
Anyway,
they got me.
I'm going to rush through this because I want to get to the next point.
Kirk, Graham, Mark, Russ. Help me with this.
So I'm talking about Billy Joe Armstrong. He's the lead singer of the band Green Day. I was going to say Green Bay, but it's Green Day.
Mm-hmm.
He was born on February the 17th, 1972 in Oakland, California. And his band, Green Day, has sold over 60 million records. They have such popular songs as American Idiot, great song, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and, of course, Wake Me Up When September Ends.
Wake Me Up When
September. That is our Celebrity of the Week. As far as getting into our facts, I'm going to postpone that this week because I want to talk about something that happened late last night. And, of course, I'm talking about the passing of the great Franco Harris. For tonight's fact in 1972, I'm going to pay homage to Franco and one of the most famous plays, maybe the most famous play in the history of the NFL. I'm talking, of course, about the Immaculate Reception. It took place in a playoff game between the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Raiders were trailing 7-6, and the Steelers faced a 4th and 10 on their own 40-yard line with just 22 seconds left. Steelers quarterback Terry Bradshaw, under pressure, threw the ball to the Raiders' 35-yard line to the halfback John Frenchie Fuqua. Raiders safety Jack Tatum, this guy was a fearsome defensive back, like level people, laid people out, paralyzed one guy, I believe. He collided with Frenchie just as the ball arrived, and he knocked him to the ground and sent the ball sailing backwards. Steelers fullback, the late great Franco Harris, who was blocking on the play, had run downfield just in case Bradshaw needed another eligible receiver. Harris, get this, I'm reading this verbatim story of this famous play. Harris recalled the advice of his college football coach, Joe Paterno, the great Joe Paterno, who always told his players, go after the ball.
Okay.
So Harris, in the vicinity of the deflected pass, scooped it up just as it hit the ground. I actually have a picture of it. And Harris ran past three Raiders and used a stiff arm to ward off the final Oakland defensive back, Jimmy Warren.
Wait, I'm gonna give them that play.
No,
One more time.
They don't need that.
Scooped?
They know it. They know it.
Scooped? 1-1-1. Right, scoop.
He scooped it right before it hit the ground.
Okay, ready?
All right, and he went in. Stop. He went in for the score. The touchdown gave the Steelers a miraculous 13-7 victory. Stop doing that. So this was actually a couple fun facts about this. This was actually the Steelers' first ever playoff victory, believe it or not. So the Steelers had never won in the playoffs before that game. That was their first playoff victory. Since then, they've won 35 playoff games, highlighted by 6 Super Bowl titles.
Yeah.
Okay. Franco Harris was a big part of those, 4 of those in the Steelers dynasty of the 70s. He had a Hall of Fame career with 12,000 rushing yards and 91 touchdowns. He was a beloved.
He still holds that record for the Steelers.
Does he?
Yeah. No, he does. I just saw it. I saw it on TV before.
Okay. Jerome Bettis played with the Steelers, but he probably has overall with the Rams as well. But okay, so that does make sense. He was obviously a beloved figure in Pittsburgh and a giant of the game all the way around. This game took place. This is the sad part about it.
Okay.
The game.
Serious time.
It's sad that obviously he passed just last night, unexpected. He actually did an interview the day before with Chris Mad Dog Russo. So he seemed to be in good health and spirits. So it was very unexpected that this took place. Yeah. This game took place on December 23rd, 1972. So almost 50 years ago today. And they're actually getting ready this Saturday. They're going to play to mark the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. The Raiders are playing in Pittsburgh to relive that game.
It's a shame that he didn't see his jersey get retired.
And that's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
They were going to retire his jersey this Saturday. So it just by a couple of days, he missed out on that.
He was on a publicity tour. He was on a tour.
It was very, very sad to hear that he didn't get his victory lap of seeing that moment. Very similar to Kobe Bryant, by the way, too. Kobe Bryant never saw his statue rightfully placed, and it still hasn't been put up at Staples Center before he tragically passed away. So, but Kobe, at least Franco lived a long life. He was 72, but it was very, very sad to see that. So I wanted to pay homage to Franco Harris and the immaculate reception that took place 50 years ago this week.
A lot of players I've seen on social media all day. He did play. He impacted a lot of players, and they're hurting, especially anybody who passes away. But the week of Christmas is always rough. Draft impression last week. Now you made us all solemn, so let me lift up the mood again. Draft impression last week. Artistic reenactment this week. No end to your talents, Ash. Graham appreciates me. So the draft was a draft or was a kiss? It was kiss. Or was it draft?
It was a draft, yes. And so
and then
there it is.
The stiff arm.
So I do have a picture of Franco Harris. There he is. That's the stiff arm of the Raider defensive back.
Oh, he did that way better than I did.
Yep. He really laid him out there and got to the end zone. And then the crazy part of this game, believe it or not, is that back then there was no instant replay. Yeah. There's actually no footage of Franco Harris getting that ball. There's only very slight images via pictures. But the camera guy at the time missed it. He missed the ball deflected and didn't see Franco Harris picked it up. Everybody else saw it. And so this is the recreation of Franco scooping down to get that ball.
I would have broke my back trying to bend down that low.
But it truly is one of maybe the most famous plays.
Mark said, I saw Franco Harris at last year's draft in Las Vegas when they announced the upcoming anniversary game.
That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, by all accounts, just a tremendous guy. So very sad loss for the city of Pittsburgh and all the Steeler fans out there. And, of course, the NFL in general. People just absolutely loved him. So, all right. So let's get to 1972 trivia. Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. That's where I need you guys. Calling, phoning. Ask the audience. Here we go. 1972.
All right. So let's get to the Dolphins first in 72.
Well, that's a lot of writing. Get through. Come on.
Well, I'm trying to. It's week 14. We've arrived at the final game of the regular season. The Dolphins entered the finale with a 13-0 record. They clinched the AFC back in week 10 and top overall record in week 12. Okay. They really had nothing to play for in this game, but that didn't stop them from taking care of business. Their final regular season opponent was the Baltimore Colts. This game was played in the Orange Bowl on Saturday, December the 16th, 1972. 1 p.m. kickoff, and the game time temperature was
70 degrees.
Close, 69 degrees. That's pretty good. All right. So now, if you recall, the Dolphins previously shut out the Baltimore Colts by a score 23-0 in week number 7.
Yep, early on.
And they continued that dominance in this one. They had a 10-0 lead at the half, and then in the second quarter, at the half, and then Garo Yepremian added 2 more field goals in this one in the third and fourth quarter. The Dolphins defense continued to dominate the Colts. They shut them out again in the second half.
Oh, yes.
So the Dolphins ended up winning this one 23-0.
Nice.
I'm sorry. That was week 7. 16-0 in this game. But again, 8 scoreless shutout quarters against the Colts. The Colts did not score in both meetings against the Dolphins. So that's tremendous. I do want to say the Dolphins defense intercepted Baltimore quarterbacks 3 times in this one, 2 against the starter Marty Dalmas and 1 against Hall of Famer Johnny Unitas. Johnny Unitas came into this game in the second quarter, and this was Johnny Unitas, the great Johnny Unitas, Hall of Famer, his last game as a member of the Baltimore Colts. But the bigger story in this game was in the fourth quarter, and this is going to resonate with all Dolphin fans out there who are fans of that 72 team. The big story of this game was that another Hall of Famer quarterback made his return. I'm talking about Bob Greasy. So Bob Greasy, who
has been out since like week 4.
Week 5, close.
Yeah.
So just 2 months earlier, Bob Greasy broke his ankle and appeared to be lost for the season.
Yeah.
They did not think he was going to come back. Well, he came back in this game, the last game of the regular season. He only threw 3 passes, completed 2 of them for 19 yards, and he was sacked once, but he did come back in the game, and now there's hope that, maybe he could contribute to the playoff run.
Yes.
All right. So final facts I'm going to tell you before we get to our trivia. The Dolphins became just the second team and 3rd overall to finish the regular season with a perfect record. The 1934 and the 1942 Chicago Bears also finished the regular season undefeated. And this did not happen again for 35
Did they
years.
tell us that on our tour at Soldier Field?
They did. They
I
did.
remember that.
Yep, they did.
Yeah.
So that so it happened in 34-42 Chicago Bears. The Dolphins did it obviously in 72, and then 35 years later, some team called the Patriots.
The Cheaters.
The Cheaters. There you go.
Cheaters.
That's what they're called. In 2007, the Cheaters ran the table also, but all three of those teams, except for the Dolphins, they all lost in the championship game. Now, we don't know what happens in this season with the Dolphins yet, but you're going to have to stay tuned and figure it out. But I can tell you that those other three teams that went undefeated in the regular season, they all lost in the title.
I give us trivia. I'm ready for it.
All
They're ready
right.
for it. Let me get comfortable.
Okay, so I mentioned this game was the last for Johnny Unitas as a Baltimore Colt, where he played for 17 years. What team did he play with the next season before retiring? Is it A, the Minnesota Vikings, B, the San Diego Chargers, C, Cleveland Browns, or D, St. Louis Cardinals? What team did Johnny Unitas finish his career with? Vikings, Chargers, Browns, or Cardinals? I don't know that team, Mark.
No. He was talking about when we called the Cheaters. He was correcting us.
Yes. There you go. All right, you want to take a guess?
I'm saying I'm going to Adam. Adam got my lifeline today. He's saying B. Wait, we got more. Mark says B. Who's B? Who's B?
B. That's right. They're all right.
Oh,
they're Chargers.
Chargers.
So,
everyone knows the Chargers.
So
Gee,
Johnny,
you're so
man, I
smart.
thought I would get you guys, but
I know,
so
you
Johnny Unitas.
5-0 here with all my boys.
Hold on. Oh, let's see if they get the next one. I got one more. Let's see if you guys can get this one.
Bam.
So
They're so smart.
yes, he finished his career that last season with the Chargers. Johnny Unitas was the biggest football quarterback star at his era, and honestly, that was a time when quarterbacks stuck with their team. It's not until recently that quarterbacks diverted from the original team. So Johnny Unitas was really the first one to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Which brings me to my next point. Not a lot of quarterbacks end up.
If you guys don't know, I do have ADD and ADHD. So when I touch things and make things, I am paying attention to him. I have
you leave my grit
I have
sweaters alone.
acute ADHD, which means I can concentrate very hard on what he's saying, but I'm also
Okay.
have the ability to do other things too.
All right.
So,
So let me get to
know
this
about
one.
me.
I want to see. I'm going to ask for you guys to come up with some names here. Let's see if you could do it. All right. So again, Johnny Unitas, very uncommon for quarterbacks to go away and stray from the original team.
Okay, so it's the Chargers. Got
Right.
it.
So actually, the top four quarterbacks.
Free agency did not exist back
Oh
then.
my gosh, it did when he got traded. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right, Mark. He did get traded to the Chargers, but
Go ahead.
obviously,
Next
yes.
question.
So actually, right now, the top four quarterbacks with the most touchdowns in NFL history, they have all played for two or more teams. You want to take a guess at who those four are? That wasn't part of the question, but do you want to try to take a guess of who those top four quarterbacks are?
That played for two or more teams?
The top four quarterbacks in terms of passing touchdowns have played for two or more teams. Name those four quarterbacks. Who are they? Who's throwing the most touchdowns? I mean, come on. You know these guys.
Joe Montana.
No.
Dan Marino.
No. All right, stop asking. I'm asking the room now. You guys, who are the top four quarterbacks touchdown passes?
They're going to help me with this. I know they are. Ba, 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 ba. I'm going to sing songs. Rudolph the Red-Nosed. Marino, Breeze, Brady.
It is not. That's not correct.
Brady?
Man. It is Brady. Brady is
Craig
one.
Brady. Peyton Manning.
That's right. Manning is another one.
Favre.
Favre is another
Breeze, Manning.
You got
Sheldon got it. Sheldon,
go.
you OG, man.
Excellent. So the correct order is Brady 1, and he's still playing amazingly. Breeze 2, Manning 3, and Favre 4. Okay.
Yeah.
So now my real question was: there are 5 quarterbacks that with only one team have thrown 300 touchdowns or more. Okay, so 5 quarterbacks with one team have thrown 300 or more. Can you name 3 of them? You mentioned one already. There's 5. Marino is one. Absolutely. Marino is one.
Favre.
I'll give you a hint. Only one is still active. That should be a big hint. 2 are Hall of Famers, and the other 2 recently retired. So we're looking for 5.
Oh, I know it. Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger is 1. That's correct. So Roethlisberger, Marino, you're missing 3. Can you get them all? Come on.
Currently?
No, I just told you that. 1 is currently playing. Yes, you didn't mention
Brady.
No. Brady was in the other part of the question. Can you give me one more? One has a brother in the top 4.
Oh, Manning.
Manning what? What's his first
Eli.
name? Eli Manning. You got
And
it.
then what about Troy Aikman?
No. The last
What
one.
the heck, Kirk? Elway. John Elway.
John Elway. And did anybody say the guy that we're playing this Sunday? Aaron Rodgers.
No one did. No one did.
Aaron
None of my
Rodgers
boys got me.
is only playing with the Packers, and he has actually the most touchdowns for playing for one team. It used to be Marino. Marino's now 2. Rodgers is number 1. So that's my fact this week, my trivia. You did pretty well, though.
That's okay.
I'll give it to you. All right.
So
let me rip these up into snowballs and throw them at Mark just one more time for old time's sake.
There goes my $2,000 laptop. Hopefully Santa gets me a new one then.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
So what do you want for Christmas? What do you guys want for Christmas? Give me Ash, please correct Lou. It's I have to correct you. I'm sorry. With correction in the room. It's not Brady. It's Cry Baby.
There you go.
Come on, Lou. I told you.
I'll say it like that. You're right.
I'll say it and blame it on the time delay. So drop in the chat. What do you guys want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? We never really had this conversation. We're so busy with life. I never sat down and asked you.
You know, I would say normally, and especially since Christmas Day is Sunday and we're playing a game, I would say I just want to win. And I've done that in the past, but I want a playoff spot. You know, I wanted the division. That didn't happen. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Stop.
But sorry, but no, I can't get the division. So I want a playoff. I want to get in the playoffs, and I want to win a playoff game. It's been 22 years. It's been 22 years. 23.
I got a special guest here ready to talk to you.
Oh,
look, we got the Grinch with the Eagles hat. How about
come on. It's not the Grinch. It's Satan Claus. Wow.
What's going on, my man? How are you?
Not much. What do I want for Christmas? I want the Christmas gift that keeps on giving. It's beating Dallas on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's
what else
can you do it without Jalen, though?
Of course we can. You kidding me?
Gardner Minshew is very capable.
Minshew's perfectly capable. The game plan has to change. What we did the first game against Dallas was the rushing attack went straight at Micah Parsons. It's the same thing that needs to happen on Saturday.
Right. Now, let me ask you, correct me did you guys clinch the number 1 overall seed yet or no?
No. The only thing we've clinched is a playoff spot right now.
So the East is still at stake?
So if by some miracle, and I hate even saying it, the Eagles were to lose all 3 of their final games and Dallas wins out, Dallas would get not only the division, but likely the number 1 seed.
Oh, my heavens.
Doesn't Dallas have another loss in the NFC East?
The problem is we have 2 division games left, one against Dallas, one against New York. So by way of – we would finish tied record-wise.
Got it. Those 2 losses.
By way of the division, Dallas would get it.
Does Minshew still have a mustache? Question from Mark, our Bills fan.
He's Uncle Rico. Of course he does.
Uncle Rico, baby. He is so cool, man. Him and Fitzpatrick are really the 2 quarterbacks that brought so much joy to the position.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun. I mean, you saw the last time Minshew got a start, and he delivered. And I think it was last year. The guy I had on the show tonight was talking about him. Said he went 41 of 60 for 400 and something yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception in his playing time last year. He had that game where after the game he was like all hugging and pumped up with his dad and stuff. It was just cool. It's fun to watch. Awesome. You want to see guys make the most of the opportunities that they get.
Yeah. Okay. So wow. So a lot riding on this game. If you were to win, you wrap up the East and you wrap up the number 1 seed. Everything.
It's all wrapped up. Win on Saturday. It's all right. Now the truth of the matter is, we only need to win 1 of the final 3 to wrap it up.
Okay.
That's it. Because then Dallas can't catch us.
Now, are you a little worried though in terms of like, if you wrap it up this week on Saturday? What do you do the last 2 weeks? Are you sitting guys? I mean, you can't, because remember, you got a bye coming up too. You can't sit guys off for 3 weeks.
Agreed. But we've also got that game against New Orleans where we have their draft pick in the first round next year. So that game still has meaning.
Yes.
But I mean, truth be told, I think the team needs to look at this as, look, guys, we got Gardner Johnson who needs some extra rest. Jalen needs to get healthy. I like Gardner Minshew. I like Jalen more, right?
Of course.
There's just this time of the year, guys are banged up. So you want to get that extra rest wherever you can get it, even if it means your guys play the first half and then you take them out. You want the rest. So it's important to go and win this game on Saturday to just wrap it up.
Yeah.
Don't fool around, wrap this thing up, because the Saints are not just going to let us walk all over them, and take that and make that draft pick better for us.
Yeah.
The Giants in that last week of the season, I know we took them to the woodshed 48-22, last week, but they're going to be playing for either a playoff spot or playoff seeding in that last game of the year.
Yes.
So those last two games, nobody's laying down, dude. You need to go and finish the job against Dallas this weekend. Wrap the whole thing up. Set yourself up for the playoffs.
Sheldon, talking about playoffs. Are you nervous? What are we feeling? Lost 3 straight in December. Chargers, 49ers, and now the Bills. Going against Green Bay this week. The AFC East, the Bills are looking nice. That wild card, we're 7th seed. How you feeling, my love?
Oh man, I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous now because even though we did play good and we played good enough to win, but still yet though, Green Bay Green Bay gonna be tough.
They're still in it. They're still fighting for a playoff spot. So
yeah. Technically they is, but they don't have no about 10% chance.
But there's a chance. I mean, you're not going to lay down. Aaron Rodgers mentioned it earlier in the season. I'll play as long as we're in it. If they were out and they had lost to the Rams this past Monday, he may not be playing this Sunday. But the fact that you're getting a Hall of Famer who, I just mentioned, has the most touchdowns thrown for one team, it's going to be challenging stopping him.
Yes, I know, especially with we talked about it last week. Our defensive play calling, our defenses, it just, oh my goodness, it make you want to throw up.
So let me ask you guys this question. Santa comes knocking at your door. Adam, Sheldon, it's me, Santa. You guys have been so good this year. I'm allowing you to pick who you play in the first round of the playoffs. Who do you pick? Ho, 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 ho.
We won't play in the first round.
Okay. Who do you play in the second round?
No.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. We get them at home, so bring it.
Yeah.
Sheldon.
You know what? Give me San Francisco.
Ooh.
Let's get it on.
They're a good squad.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I would say get us Kansas City.
Wow.
There you go.
Yes.
So Sheldon, let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Is it Kansas City that you would be a little bit more nervous with, or is it Cincinnati?
Cincinnati?
Yeah, that's the hottest team in football. Well, the Bills too, but I mean, the Bengals are playing scary good football right now.
Yeah. I mean, but also now, but lately now they got some injuries on their defensive line. You know what I'm saying? Mark Henderson, yeah, he got a broken hand, and then Sam Herbert, yeah, I think he done met with a groin or something. So you know how tricky them things can be. But I would rather play Kansas City because Kansas City, even though they got Pat Mahomes, but their defense is very suspect.
Yes.
I mean, that's been the way last 3-4 years now. So I would love to have their chance with their defense and just hope that we can just get, one stop at the end with Pat Mahomes. Yeah. If to answer your question, give me Kansas City.
So Graham said, I said it the other day, we will go to Kansas City for the Tyreek Bowl. Kirk says, I believe that we will beat them because they can't stop our offense, run the ball, burn with them, the pass, and limit Rodgers' opportunities. But Mark has a question for Adam. Is there a scenario where the Eagles can play the 49ers in the divisional round?
It's all going to depend on where everybody ends up and who plays who. So if we're the number 1 seed, we automatically get the winner of the 4-5 game. I think that's how that works. To ensure that we don't play the 3. We won't play the highest seed left.
Yes. So it would have to be 4 or 5, which would put you in San Francisco's bracket. I mean, it's not really a bracket, but that's who you would play.
I think that's how that works. So
no. It'd be the lowest right. It'd be the lowest remaining seed. So theoretically,
they don't do that anymore.
Yeah. I think they still do because San Francisco. Just say they finished 2, they'll play the 7, and just say the Giants finished 7. And if the Giants can upset San Francisco, I think it'll be a rematch with the Giants because the Giants would be the lowest remaining seed.
So there's the problem: is we don't know where everybody's going to wash out. Frisco's so red hot that they could end up passing Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then Frisco becomes the 2.
Yeah.
In which case, we wouldn't see them till the NFC Championship game.
San Francisco's currently ranked 3.
Right.
You could
But
play
they
the
could-
7th seed, yeah.
They could jump Minnesota depending on. I mean, you all saw what happened with Minnesota. Yeah, they came back in the second half, but dude, to be down 33-0 to the freaking Colts at all, they're not that good.
I was just going to mention that. And I know Mark's still in the room. It really bothered my childhood seeing Frank Reich lead the Bills back against the Oilers from down 35-3. And you know what Brady did in the Super Bowl against Atlanta, but this was a 33 or 36-0 game, was it?
33-0 at halftime, yeah.
33-0. I mean, the Colts had no business giving that game up. So it just tells you all you need to know about Minnesota. Let's be real.
Totally agreed. So the Unhappy Gilmore show has started doing what we call the boner of the week. And that's where we find someone who's just an idiot, right? Whether it's a commentator, a podcaster, a player, or whatever. So my vote this week went to Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan is going to finish in the top 10 in both passing yards and passing touchdowns when he hangs them up. He is only going to be known for blowing the biggest Super Bowl lead and the biggest lead in NFL history.
2 biggest choke jobs in NFL history.
Right.
And
By the way, actually, the boner of the week and the last week for the first one was Mbappe because he had a boner while he was hugging a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you trying to ruin my fantasy here?
Hey, look, it was 2 guys. You know, if that helps you.
Yeah, I guess.
Sheldon, what were you going to say, babe?
And you see Matt Ryan got benched today too.
Yeah.
It's going to be Nick Foles. St. Nick is going to take over as the starter now.
Yeah.
But no, Mbappe's very special. No,
All right, enough with Mbappe.
You're just
Right.
Forget that guy.
Yeah,
We're here for 4 years.
He was trying to Mbappe something, I can tell you that.
Mbappe me to the
Yeah.
North Pole.
Mbappe, I think. Mbappe is what we call him.
He's too young. He wouldn't even know what to do with me. He's like
Yeah.
23.
Whatever. Anyways.
He would want you though.
Sure. Sadly, I think he would.
Perfect. Merry Christmas to you. See you Sunday. Anyways, guys, as we wrap up, give me score predictions for Saturday and Sunday.
I want a weather report first.
Okay,
Adam,
weather
let's check
report.
Adam.
Also, Graham, give me a weather report out in the UK. Mark, give me a weather report in California. Do a weather report. I'll give you ours first. Currently, it's about 65 degrees in Miami. It's going to be chilly. I don't know if you guys heard in the beginning of the broadcast. It's going to be 40 degrees on Christmas Day here. 40 degrees like Fahrenheit. Cold. Kickoff, it's going to be about 55 and raining. So just uncomfortable for us.
Yes.
So a tiny little drop.
Yeah.
But what do you guys got?
Adam,
what are we looking
what's
up
the
there?
weather in Cincinnati right now?
Yeah, so tomorrow night, the weather is going to drop by like 40 to 50 degrees in a matter of hours.
Oh.
The wind's going to pick up to 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts up to 40. The high for Friday is 5.
Oh,
Whoa.
no.
The high for Christmas Eve is like 11, and the high for Christmas Day is, I think, hovering somewhere around 20.
Sheldon, it has to be warmer in South Carolina. What do you got?
We got 34 and rain right now.
Ooh.
And Friday, the low will be 15 and rain, and the high will be like 30, 37, 38. And then it will be like 12 degrees, Christmas Eve morning. Well, Christmas Eve night, Christmas morning, yeah. And it probably like, our high gonna be like 40 degrees on Christmas Day.
So,
And
Graham,
South Carolina, that's cold.
Yeah.
California, weather in San Jose is mild to high 60s for Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, mostly sunny. In the UK, it's 02:05 here, cloudy and 43 degrees and dark because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning there. So I think if I ever tell you I want to leave Miami, the only place I'm going to is San Jose because I can't do anything below like 30.
Yeah.
But there are days, obviously you guys know I'm from Jersey. There'll be days where I'm like, oh my gosh, Lou, like I miss it.
You
And
can have
then
it.
I get it out of my system for like a day and then, but
So
realistically,
here's the thing. Like Christmas time, you kind of hope for the white Christmas, right?
of course.
And you're okay with the colder weather through New Year's.
Yes.
The problem is after New Year's when there's nothing
Right.
to be happy about. And it's 10 degrees and it's dark at 4 o'clock.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
dark when you go to work in the morning. It's darker when you come home.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one don't go to work till 10:30. I'm up at 6:30 for work.
It is
so.
what it is. When she tells me she misses the cold, I tell her very simply, go stick your head in the freezer. Cool off for a little bit. And then come back and we can have a
No, what
conversation.
you do is you say, "Oh, I'll buy you a plane ticket to go see your grandmother."
Right, pretty much.
So, guys, let's talk score
Stick your head in the
predictions.
freezer.
let's talk.
Well, hold on. It is going to be, so speaking of weather this week in the NFL, I saw it, Adam, I think I sent this to you as well. It's going to be like there's 5 games that are forecasted to have. Yeah, they're all going to have single digit.
Oh gosh.
And some of them are going to have snow threat. We were looking at it at work today, my plant manager and I, and because he's a big gambler. So I was calling it out to him. I'm like, dude, you just want to take the under on like everything.
Yeah.
Well, Quimby would try to do that anyways.
Right.
But
Yeah.
But in particular this weekend, man, there are like I think there's 5, 6, or 7 games where the high isn't over like 25.
Oh my gosh.
And some of them are like a handful of them are like single digits.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. At the end of the day, that is dangerous.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That is dangerous.
Do you guys know, and you guys will probably know, the 2 coldest games in NFL history, I believe, the Ice Bowl one, Cowboys and Packers, and I think the second one was San Diego at Cincinnati. You remember that? That was one of the coldest games of all time in NFL history. So
I'll make that game Green Bay and the Giants. You know, now that was a pretty cold one too.
That's I think in the top 5 or 10. That NFC.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's in the top 5 or 10. You know, here in Cincinnati, dude, it's not even just so much about the cold.
Ice.
It's just like this isn't exactly a destination spot for people to begin with. But through the wintertime, there is nothing going on here.
Yeah.
Nothing. So when the season ends, and sooner or later the season's gonna end, whether it's with a Super Bowl or not, season's gonna come to an end. I've been trying to pull these people up to the back porch for months, and it's finally paying off. And the season's gonna end sometime over the next month and a half. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with everybody. Like we were talking about it on the show tonight. I had my friend Jason on. He's part of our crew up here, and I'm like, dude, I gotta get to March Madness, right? That's a month between the Super Bowl and that. I gotta somehow find a way there when it's cold and dark and crap weather here, and then from there I gotta get to the draft. That's another month and a half.
Yeah. Oh man.
So Graham said Buffalo's actually traveling to Chicago a day earlier because of the weather.
Yeah.
Mark said, how have we not talked about the Patriots choke this past weekend?
Yes.
Okay, well,
My bad.
because we wanted you to get the glory of beating the Dolphins, you Bills fan. But how about Mac Jones? I want to read. Can you
That was the other nominee.
Okay, ready? So I'm going to catch him.
All right, go ahead, Adam.
That was the other nominee for the boner of the week was the Patriots.
All right, so I catch the ball and I'm running and you're Mac Jones.
And here comes Macaroni and Cheese Jones.
Macaroni and cheese.
No, it wasn't there. It was here.
Ah!
Yeah.
So
that was beautiful.
My description of it was, okay, so I went through the whole Matt Ryan thing. I'm like, well, I've got another one, the Patriots. Like, so you're tied. And instead of taking the game to overtime, you decide to run the annexation of Puerto Rico, right? And this idiot turns around like it's the Stanford game. The band is on the field. Daniel Jones catches it like he's Jerry friggin' Rice. Takes 2 steps. The only guy in front of him is Mac Jones. And I'm sorry to curse on yourself, but he made Mac Jones his bitch and ran off for that touchdown.
Totally. Oh my God. Well, Mac Jones had an opportunity to go get the ball first. Like, I'm going to break up this pass. He wanted nothing to do with that.
No, he wanted no.
And then he's like, well, maybe I'll try to stop him and let somebody else tackle him. And that didn't go well either.
No, he just stood there and crapped his pants.
It was awesome to watch. And the best thing after was seeing Belichick's face in the post game. He looked like, well, what just happened here? And they asked him, did you work on that play? And he was like, no, we don't do that. And, just Bill being Bill was just comical to watch that. I loved it.
This is what happens when you take a defensive coordinator and make him your offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Matt Patricia is not an offensive. When Mac Jones, who, by the way, is just a mid quarterback anyways, when Mac Jones is yelling at the offensive coordinator, throw the ball. This one game sucks.
God.
What more do you need?
The heck?
Yeah. No. That pencil.
Mark said, "Look up Patriot play-by-play call. That play hilarious." Oh my gosh.
I gotta see it. Yeah.
That
pencil on his ears. What he draws his plays up, and they don't do very well.
All right, guys. Give me score predictions for Sunday, Christmas Day, Hard Rock Stadium, Green Bay against Dolphins. 1:00 start on Fox. Interesting enough. You don't really get many Fox games. Sheldon, what do you think, babe?
Hey, I'm
haven't been
still
right
going
over
with the
the
good
past
guys.
2 weeks. You're crushing me. You haven't been right, so give me something good.
I'm still going with the good guys. I'm going good guys. 31-24 good guys.
I like that.
31-24 Fins. Adam, what do you think?
This is one of the games we talked about on my show as well as one that had intrigue. I think Miami can almost guarantee themselves a playoff spot with a win.
We need
Right.
some help. We need some help as
You
well.
need some help, but you
Right.
get to 9 wins now, and that means really you go 1-1 in your last 2. You should get in. Green Bay's not a good football team. Okay, I don't care that they're still fighting for a playoff spot. They're 6-8 for a reason. They're not that good. I think this is get right for Miami. You may have to stuff the run down their throat a little bit because of the weather.
Yeah.
But Mostert and Wilson, perfectly capable of doing that. I think you got like a 34-20 or 24 game.
So our buddy Kirk from Orlando coming down for the game, 31-20 Miami. Mark wants to know, Adam, are you going to the NFL draft in Kansas City? He'll be there.
Mark, I wish I could. I did the NFL draft as like a 40th birthday present to myself in 2019 in Nashville. And that was out of control. If you've never done an NFL draft, go at least once. I don't know that I'll ever do another one, but it was wild. It was out of control. It was Nashville. And the coolest part for me was interacting with fans from every single fan base, not just Giants and Cowboys fans, but
it's everybody.
Niner fans, Dolphins fans, Bills fans.
Yep.
Bills Mafia is for real. Day 2 of the draft, I'm walking up and down Broadway at like 9:30 in the morning, right? Just checking shit out, shaking off the hangover. And the booths are all setting up. Steve Mariucci's actually throwing football passes to do, like standing outside as the NFL Network thing's getting set up. And there's a Bills fan like right over here. Now I'm in the middle of the road, okay? They block off the street. There's zip line cameras. It was wild.
Awesome.
This dude's right here. I'm looking around. All of a sudden, I hear, from out of nowhere. I turn around, and here comes this other Bills fan, runs up and RKO's this dude in the middle, just plants him. Boom. Just plants him in the middle, and then walks away. I'm going to help the guy up. He's, no, man, I'm good. He gets up. I'm like, yo, he went that way. He goes, yeah, it's all right. I'm like, what do you mean it's okay? He just planted your face in the middle of concrete. He said, yeah, we can do that. I said, y'all really do this shit, don't you? Like, you're putting yourself, they're out of control.
The closest experience that I have to go to a draft, I've never been to a draft, but I've been to a few Pro Bowls, and it's always a good time. I went to a few in Orlando. I think I went to 2. And it's a lot of fun interacting with these other fans. I got to tell you guys something I wasn't going to share on the air, but I am. I don't know if you guys know I'm going to share the video with you tonight. Do you guys know the Chiefaholic super fan, the one who dressed like a wolf?
I heard this.
Yeah, I think I've seen him.
So
Did you hear about this?
Okay, listen. I have pictures with him. He's actually a buddy of mine. We follow each other on social media. We interact a lot. He's a buddy of mine. He's just not a follower. We follow each other.
Yeah, I heard this.
And nice guy. He came down here in Miami. I have pictures with him. And so the Chiefs played in Texas this week. And Chiefs Mafia, per se.
Chiefs Kingdom.
They were waiting for him to like give updates, taking pictures and everything like he always does. And no one heard about him. So they think, oh my goodness, did he get into an accident? Did he hurt himself? And so I was like retweeting, like, please pray for Chiefaholic and everything. And then yesterday, I'm like on my timeline. And all of a sudden I see a video. A bank robber, Art with a gun, robbed banks. This is not the first time he did it. So this week, I'm going to tell them who else I met this week. I met Jason Williams as well. Let's just leave it there. So this week alone, I met Jason Williams.
Yes. But talk about this Chief guy. This guy was a bank robber on his spare time. And when he was quoted as saying that he did this to support his tickets. I mean, that's insane.
Just get a sugar daddy.
Part of me wants to commend the guy. I'm not going to listen.
Like, if there was a reason to rob banks, this is it.
I mean, yeah. He saw a Super Bowl run. The guy saw a Super Bowl run. I haven't seen a Super Bowl run. Do I got to go out there and stop robbing banks?
But Lou, this is somebody that I know that I've hung out with him when he's been down in Miami. We're friends on Twitter. We interact with each other. He retweets my stuff. I support him. And then I'm thinking, my goodness, did he hurt himself? Obviously, people's mental health is bad. And I'm thinking maybe he got into a car accident. I think the worst. I'm
not condoning robbing banks.
I find out he's a robber.
I'm not condoning robbing banks, but I can't say I blame him. Chiefs tickets are probably very expensive. They're
I'm
probably
sure of
very
it.
expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Yes, Russ, that one. The one who went to
So-
St. John's.
About the weather this weekend, if there was ever a weekend to bet the under, take a look at Saturday's games. Atlanta at Baltimore, 19 degrees.
No.
Detroit at Carolina, 29 degrees. Buffalo at Chicago, 10. New Orleans at Cleveland, 12. Seattle at Kansas City, 14. Cincinnati at New England, 22. Houston at Tennessee, 22.
Jesus.
Vegas at Pittsburgh, 10.
Wow.
That's just Saturday.
That's nuts.
Graham wants to. I hope he told you or hid the cash. You know, he did look at me with
Right.
those wolf teeth and was like,
I may go to the draft in Kansas City if you can figure out where he hid the cash.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
well, you know.
Well, listen, how many-
I'm not going to go to the draft out there, but if the Eagles win a division and the Chiefs win their division, which it looks like that's what's going to happen, Eagles will be at Kansas City next year, and that one's definitely on my radar. That's actually one that I'm going to try to talk a lot of the folks that I got coming up here now into booking Green Legion, and I'll rent a 12-person passenger van, and we'll just drive.
That's
Well,
fantastic.
I'll tell you, you don't have to worry about meeting up with my friend's Chiefaholic because
Yeah, he won't
he's
be
looking
there.
at some major jail
I'm
time.
looking at 10 to 15 years. But so, Adam, how many draft picks do you stand to collect in this upcoming draft? With New Orleans in your own?
We've got 2 in the first round. Yeah.
2 in the first round. I mean, that's the way to go. We obviously gave ours up for some guy called Tyreek something, Mountain?
Tyreek Waters.
Mole, something like that. And then we gave our other pickup.
Tyreek Mother Hill.
And we gave our other pickup.
I didn't say it, Sheldon. I didn't say it. I said Tyreek Mother.
Yeah, we gave our
I didn't
other
say it.
pickup to get Bradley Chubb. So, look, and a lot of people down here, and even you guys, Adam, I know that whatever, not so much you, but Diaz and these other guys were saying, oh, you gave up too much for Hill. The hell no, we didn't.
The
Look,
language.
you can do whatever you want about getting a draft pick and this and the other.
He can have my left ovary to get
You
him
don't
here.
know what that draft pick is going to produce. At the end of the day, look what Tyreek is doing. He's got
He's great.
3 games left. He's already broken
I
the
love him.
Dolphins' single season record for receiving. I mean, when you get a chance to get a Pro Bowl future Hall of Famer on your roster, you do it. I don't care how many
Yeah.
draft picks you blow because you don't know what a draft pick is. Look what happened with Jalen
Steven
Rager.
Ross-
Excuse me. Look what happened with Jalen Rager. I know I hate to say his name, but Jalen Rager, draft pick in the first round for your Eagles. And what is he doing now? He's returning
I wish.
punts from the Vikings. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. First round, top 5, whatever. Nothing is a guarantee. Tyreek Hill, that's a guarantee.
Stephen Ross also gave up a pick too.
Part of the reason you did that was to just figure out if Tua was your guy.
Correct.
Agreed.
Right.
And I'll do it again tomorrow. I mean,
So-
it was the right thing to do.
It was the right thing to do. And hindsight, the thing that made it so like nobody had given up that kind of deal for a friggin' wide receiver.
I'm gonna get a curse jar every time you guys curse. You're donating to Dolphins Cancer Challenge.
get out
That's
of
$1. You owe me 50 already.
I'd be broke, so we're not doing that. But yeah, I mean, it blew everyone away. Like you gave up that much for. I get it's Tyreek Hill, but holy crap, that was a lot of stuff to give up for him.
Man, well worth it. We're selling so many jerseys. He's already broken every record. I mean, you can't put a price on getting a guy like that on your team. You just can't. Sheldon, would you agree? I mean, would you have given up those picks?
Yeah, I mean, at first when I saw the trade went down, I was like, wow. But then I got into it, and then I said, okay. Then I said, well, okay, we picked like I forgot where that spot was at, but I was like, well, okay. I looked at that spot and look what he doing. I like no brainer. Now Bradley Chubb on the other hand,
I want more. I need to see more from him.
Yes, I need to see a lot more from him because he haven't shown me.
He has been doubled. If you notice, the fullback or they're picking him up. I mean, he's not getting one-on-one. They're using help to stop him from getting to the quarterback. So
you need a compliment. You need someone to compliment him to take some of that smoke off him.
Well, Phillips is doing his job on the other side as well.
Russ has a question. Everyone's best Christmas toy we'll end with this because I got to wrap Christmas gifts. Everyone, what's the best Christmas toy that you've ever received?
Sheldon, start us off.
I don't know. I'll be a bike. Yeah, bike. Yeah, I'm about 7, 8 years old. Yeah, I me and my buddies in the neighborhood, we all got a bike. Yeah, and we to the streets up that day.
In South Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. I'm going to go second. I'm going to say either a G.I. Joe toy back in the day or Optimus Prime. I used to love the Transformers, cartoon show, and I loved receiving an Optimus Prime model
What about
toy.
your girlfriend?
Well, it's all right. I'll regift you sometime.
I'm sure. Don't touch me.
All right, Adam, what you got?
Don't touch me.
Mark says
I guess I got to get him a Boppa jersey on to get close to her.
Oh, just wear them little white shorts, dude.
Transformers more than meets the eye. All the Transformers.
Just like Mbappe, more than me.
Oh man, stop! No, come on, man.
This is getting frisky.
I totally got that. Yeah. All right. Anyways,
best Christmas gift. Russ, what's the best Christmas gift you ever received? Best Christmas gift I ever received.
I'm sorry. I think it's a Transformer and a Mbappe in the same time. Anyways,
Oh my
well, go ahead. Give me your.
You guys are so inappropriate.
Give me your best toy.
Toy?
Yeah.
The one I have now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We're on it. We're inappropriate. My God.
Sheldon regards me as his BFF, his little Southern sweetheart, and now he's like, "This how."
You sounded like this is who you associate with. Jesus.
Sheldon means a lot to me, and so does Mark and Graham and Russ. No, I'm definitely all right. The best gift.
I would say a bike or the 8-bit Nintendo.
I can tell you exactly what my best gift was. No, like seriously, I was 4 years old. My brother was 2. My parents got us a dog, and it was a pug. Her name was Baby, but we called her Woo Woo because when she barked, she didn't bark. She went woo woo woo. And Baby, God rest her soul, lived to be 18 years old.
Wow,
that's a good run in dog years.
She died as soon as I went to college, so it's like she waited for me to go off to college, and I was devastated. And ironically, I get sad thinking about it. Ironically enough, like I still dream about her. Like she comes to me in my dreams a lot, so I know she's like up there. But it was Baby. Now I'm like all sad. All right. Anyways, all right. I need to wrap Christmas gifts. What's your score prediction?
I didn't get
Give me
it. So I'm gonna.
I'm like crying now.
I like what Sheldon said there, and I like what Adam said. I'm gonna go somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna say Dolphins 31. I'm gonna say 31-23. Dolphins over the Packers. 31-23. I think it'll be a little bit close to game, but I think the Dolphins will pull away late.
I think it's a get right game for you guys, man. I really do.
I'll tell you, Christmas. God heaven forbid.
I hope so, Adam.
You're the better team. I mean,
we are, but look, Aaron Rodgers is still, a very capable quarterback.
We're not confident going into this.
But he is, Adam. He is, and then also look, those Packer fans travel well, man, and unfortunately, we got great fans here. We really do. I know we get thrown out there a couple times, but we do have a good fan base. But look, they're going to be Packer fans, a lot of them in the stands trying to get out of Green Bay to get into Miami.
There's a lot of them here already.
There's a lot of them that live down there.
Yeah, exactly.
So my prediction, I think we're going to win. I don't think it's going to be by a lot. It really depends on Tua. A lot of this depends if Tua wants to play. Tua doesn't want to play. Our offensive line is not the issue. They're holding. He's not getting sacked that much. Our defense is another issue. Sanders has been perfect ever since his little meltdown. So I think we will win. Granted, Tua has a A-B+ game, 27-20 Dolphins. I think it's going to be close.
All right, so we're all kind of Adam, how did more? Yeah.
So Christian Watson. You stop Christian Watson, you stop Aaron Rodgers.
That guy's really come on, man.
X need to show up versus Watson. Yeah, that's and that's another thing. I want to say this in closing. Xavier Howard, I say this so much. We paid you. Work, man. Work. And he's not.
He's got no help either, man. I mean, we've had injuries in the backfield. Needham's been out, and obviously Byron Jones hasn't ever suited up. So our secondary is thin as it is. He's getting the main show every time out. So it's tough. Right. But so, all right, let's get.
I need to have Christmas gifts.
All right. So Adam, take us out. Tell us where we can find you on the Unhappy Gilmore Show. And also you got to give us a Eagles Cowboys prediction as well.
Balls. All right. So Unhappy Gilmore Show every Wednesday. Last week I had to shift to Friday because my daughter had a choir thing on Wednesday night. So we did the first ever Friday Unhappy Hour. My friend Fito on, and we were on there for 4 hours and got hammered. So that was a little much. But no, it's Wednesday night, 6 p.m. If you're not already subscribed, find the Green Legion on YouTube. click subscribe, and you should get a notification every time a Green Legion radio show goes live. That would be the Players Show on Tuesday nights. That is also on iHeartRadio and 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler in Philly. Same thing with the pregame show before every Eagles game, whether it's on the road or at home. They do live from the tailgate, and then the Unhappy Gilmore show on Wednesday nights, just strictly a podcast on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And then later on, once I get my lazy ass to work and actually edit the thing and send it to Diaz, he can put it up wherever you get your podcasts.
Nice.
Thank you.
And so give us a prediction. What is Minshew going to play, or is Hurts going to play?
It's going to be Gardner Minshew, the absolute fool to start Jalen Hurts. You need to win one of the last three. Granted, winning this one wraps it all up and you're good, and you stick it in Dallas's face and I got it. But the chances of us losing all three, especially when the next two opponents after Dallas stink, come on here. There's no reason to play Jalen Hurts. Dallas losing to Jacksonville took that out of the equation. Okay?
Yeah.
They put us up by 3 games, means we only need one. It's going to be Minshew. You know, Sirianni's just saying he's not ruling him out to make Dallas prepare for both guys. That's all he's doing.
Right.
It's going to be Gardner Minshew. It should be – I don't know if you're going to see so much firepower from the offense like you're used to seeing, where they have to respect Jalen's ability to run. So it leaves a lot of one-on-one on the outside. Minshew's going to have to be accurate, take what they're giving him. Dallas Goedert is back, makes the middle of the field a better option. And I think you're going to see a healthy dose of the run game. I'd look at it as like a 24-17 Philadelphia.
Okay.
Nothing high scoring. Just go in there, get the job done, and get the hell out.
All right.
Sheldon, you got a prediction on that game?
Well, yeah. Hey, well, I'm with him. I'm Eagles all the way. Forget the Cowboys.
Don't you say Eagles all the way. You're still Dolphins. You better Eagle halfway that all the way.
I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm with
do that to me.
Eagles.
Yeah, go Birds, Sheldon!
No.
Well,
Come back, Sheldon. Come back.
Sheldon is a Cowboy hater, though.
The Eagles will win this game here. The Eagles will win this game here. But I'm looking at their defense. I want to see their defense against that Dallas offense because but they got the best defense, better than Dallas anyway. And I say 27-20. Eagles, 27-20.
Mark says Cowboys 31, Eagles 21. That's come from a Bills fan. And Russ thinks we might have an Ace Ventura championship. I'd be down for it.
I would love that. Oh,
So all those groups I joined, the Philadelphia Eagle fan groups, to throw the Green Legion out there and throw the back porch out there in the hopes to find people in this area. When you join a whole litany of groups like that, you get all the knuckleheads too. And they're all, for weeks now, all I see is, who are we going to play in the Super Bowl? I'm like, we're playing the Bears this week. That's what matters.
that's it. That's all you can say.
Graham from England says
Dallas
Cowboys 31-27.
What's that? Cowboys win 31-27.
And then Kirk from Orlando says 24-20. So I mean, it's gonna. Everyone's saying a pretty close
It'll be a
game,
close
you know.
game. I think it'll be a close game. So, all right.
All right, I gotta wrap Christmas gifts. Lou doesn't do any of that stuff. I mean, he does the laundry, he does the dishes, but he doesn't do Christmas gifts. So he does. That's a true story, though. No, that's
Shout out again to Russ Taylor. He actually hung with us the entire 4 hours last Friday.
That's
Russ
good.
is happy.
And he had to work the next day.
Oh, wow.
So, and he's right. I had my son on the show for the first like 20, 25 minutes to talk NBA. And before the show, I gave the kid, like, dude, this is a Philly crowd. You can't mention Ben Simmons. You can't mention the Toronto Raptors. So what does he do? The first 5 minutes he's on there, he throws Ben Simmons out there. And I'm telling you, that room dug in on him.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
Mark wants to know who cooks in our relationship. Who cooks, Lou?
Neither of us do. pretty
Really?
much. Yeah.
You
No.
don't eat? You don't eat? You don't
My
eat?
buddy's on the Italian.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well,
No, I'll tell you real quick. Lou does our laundry because he doesn't like the way I do it. So I said, do it yourself. So he does my laundry every week. He does the dishes because he refuses to use a dishwasher. So he does the dishes. You vacuum. No, you're gonna think I'm like this lazy. It's just I would do it, but Lou is very OCD. Like I said in the Sheldon's cracking up. Lou's very OCD, so he doesn't like the way I do things. So I have a very good life here where I don't cook. I'm gonna be Cardi B. I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't. No, I gotta stop. Okay.
all right.
Anyways, Merry Christmas, guys. Happy
Merry
Hanukkah.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Y'all too.
Or if we're trying to be politically correct, it's Happy Christmas Hanukkah.
There you go. Get everybody out there.
Cover it all, right?
Cover it all.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever brings you joy to your heart when you open up your gifts, whenever you open up your gifts, that's all that matters. And the better gift is the one that you give, not receive. So
Always.
if you're able to, and I'm not talking sexually now.
I got excited.
No, listen.
Well,
that's a different kind of receiving. But either way, no, look, if you have a chance.
Keenan's in the house. Our buddy Keenan.
Keenan, what's up, buddy? Yes, look, we collected some toys at your watch party. And again, this is a season of giving. So if you have it within you and you have the means to do so, give back. Just be nice. Don't be a Scrooge. And, it's what the holidays are all about. Everybody should come together and spread love, spread joy. That's what the seasons are about. So.
Well, I
get the best gift every year, and that's when we go downstairs and my kids' faces when they see all the stuff under the tree. That's
nothing better than that.
That's all it is for me.
Nothing better than that. So,
Merry Christmas, Adam. Merry Christmas, Sheldon. We will talk soon. Go. I don't want to say go Eagles. You can say go Eagles, but go Dolphins.
Say go Birds.
Go
Birds.
Birds.
Go Birds, baby.
Sheldon, don't you say it.
No.
All right, guys.
You can say screw Dallas.
I got a jersey for you, bud.
Can you say screw
He
Dallas?
won't say screw. He'll say Dallas down. He won't say that word.
Dallas down. Say Dallas down. You're not a Cowboy fan, Sheldon. Come on.
No, I'm fans up.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys. So happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you soon.
Merry
Take care,
Christmas.
guys. All the best to you and yours. That was awesome. It was a great show.
We're not on anymore.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, jeez. I'm like, who am I talking to? It was a really good show.
It always is.
And that's
one thing about us. I'll tell you right off the bat. I didn't mean to cut you off. We don't script this, right?
I do my 72 segments.
Yeah, but I'm saying in the beginning, I used to have this script I used to follow. This is what I want to say. What you guys get from us is just sometimes it's too much, but that's what I really like about our show, and that we're authentic. We bring people on. That it is what you see is what you get, and that's how I always want the show to be. I never want to say, oh my gosh, I embarrassed you, need to take it out or anything So I hope you guys, no one's ever offended by anything we say or do.
No, it's all fun and games here.
But I really
and it's also therapy
that.
Because look, the Dolphins obviously had a big letdown. They've had a big letdown for the last 3 weeks, and it's good to get it off her chest.
Talking about therapy, let me tell you something. Another Lou moment. When the Dolphins or the Heat lose, Lou goes into the silent mode. And he literally won't talk to me or anybody for hours. And I'm like, babe, why are you mad at me?
Wait a second.
What's wrong? What did I do?
No, excuse me. It's not when the Heat lose. It's when the Heat loses in the playoffs.
Playoff one.
Not now. I'm not worried about game, 34 of a 82 game regular season. So yes, playoff losses are always tough.
I found out.
And then the Dolphins it's one game a week and it's 17 game, schedule. So yeah, every game matters. And this was obviously not the result we wanted, but it's
so Mark says he's the same way. That's the same when the Dolphins lose, he goes into a turtle mode.
Don't take offense to it.
Silent depression's real. No, I don't take offense of it. But I had to say, look, what did I do wrong? And then when he doesn't say anything, that's how I know the Dolphins is.
But you know what? What's great about sports is that you have those moments where you're humbled because when you do, when your team does win it all, or when that day does come, it's going to be euphoric. It's going to be one of the most amazing things you'll ever experience. And in my opinion, and I know sometimes I say it's a curse because you suffer with these teams and all that, right? But you can't mimic this by going to a play or going to a concert where the set list is the same every single time. Whatever artist you want to pick, you go to any concert, the set list is going to change here or there, one or two songs, same concert, same Broadway play, all that stuff. Yeah. Sports, every time the ball is kicked off or tipped off or first pitch or puck drop, it's a different game every time. And if your team survives the rigors of a postseason and it ends up being able to lift that trophy up, it's the ultimate feeling. And there's so much joy that goes into it. And by the way, it brings everybody together. Doesn't matter what your sex, religion, creed, race. Everybody, if you're on board with that team from your city and they win, everybody's going to be at that parade, and you're going to
Yeah.
be high-fiving with everybody.
Even
And
Kirk
it's the
said, I
best.
wouldn't talk for. So this is okay. Thank you guys. So I guess this is normal male behavior. So I do, even though I'm like a tomboy, I do appreciate you explaining some of Lou's tendencies and behavior to me. So I don't think he's a weirdo. Kirk also said, I wouldn't talk for a week. And then my buddy said, do they pay your mortgage? I then started to relax. Graham said, you go through every emotion as a sports fan, like nothing else.
Wait.
Nothing else like it.
Keep going. I gotta,
No, because guys, I don't want to say I take it offensive, but I'm a female, you know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, why are you talking to me? And I'm like, I'm sad. Mark says, a man could be in a relationship with a woman for 50 years, but they have been in a relationship with their football team for 70. And see, it's a little unique with me because obviously I'm Sporty Spice here. And, you know, when our teams lose, we both just become, what are you doing? Lou, don't go on camera like that. Oh, you're so embarrassing sometimes.
guys, I want to keep going, but I got a bank to rob tomorrow in the morning.
Stop! It's not funny. He's my
So,
friend, Lou.
Hey, look, season tickets aren't cheap. So I got a big day tomorrow. I'm hitting up a Bank of America and a Wells Fargo, and these season tickets aren't going to
Lou,
pay
people
for
are gonna
itself.
do a tip to Miami. Miami Dade police are gonna be knocking at our door
man.
tonight. You're not
I'm
robbing any
sorry.
bank. We're fine.
All right, we're not doing anything.
I don't think this is funny. No, when you guys call the cops here, they're gonna have like tips and like,
man.
I don't know. They're gonna track our spending now.
Oh man.
No,
Yeah,
they don't
sorry.
think you're funny. He's not funny, guys. He's immature.
Look,
Okay, when they track us going to the mall tomorrow,
season tickets are not cheap. I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying.
you have snowball syndrome. You can hit with snowballs. Oh,
Are you a getaway driver or what? Because I need.
I don't
something-
want anything to do with that.
What? That's not what you said last night. You were on board with the plan. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Lou, stop.
Anyways,
I have
guys,
a career.
Guys, I want to wish
Close
you
it out. You're good. Close
a
it out.
very,
Thank
very,
Robert.
very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you and yours. And we're gonna end it with this here. You got to turn this off.
I was looking for a mask.
Okay.
I was
No, don't
gonna
do
do
that.
that.
Rip to the great one, Franco Harris, one of the best to ever do it. Rip to him. Rest in peace, Franco. I know they're going to do a big tribute. I don't know if they're going to retire his jersey ultimately on Saturday because this just happened. But either way, there's going to be a lot of people obviously thinking about him and a lot of great tributes that day. So rest in peace, Franco. And, yeah. What do you got?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Fins up.
Fins up.
Happy holidays, Lou. Everyone in the chat. Merry Christmas. RIP. All right, guys. All right. Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Fins up.